Merry meet Cancer, Cancer sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Cancers starting today, the 13th of July, 2023. We are streaming this reading live on YouTube and on Twitch, and moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Honeypaw, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Diane. Thank you so much, Honeypaw, and thank you so much, Diane, and thank you, Cancers and friends of Cancers, for joining us today for this 2-week reading. If you're watching on a restream on YouTube, you can fast forward through all the following shuffling by going to the timestamps right in the video description. Today I'm reading with this Dutch tarot, the Vandenborg tarot, Flemish tarot. I've already purified with this Vervain by Provence Santé. You can find information about purchasing each of those products in the video description of this very video on my YouTube channel. Like I said, this is a 2-week reading for all you Cancer, sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. Goes out to a lot of Cancers. So if for some reason it doesn't seem to click or make any sense to you, maybe just disregard it, because it's possibly not meant for you. In that case, check out the Zodiac readings for your other signs, all of which can be found on my YouTube channel and also on my website at ariels-corner.com. We also have general reading for all signs every day except for Monday, and we have a weekly tarot reading, pick a card reading, every single Sunday evening that comes out. So there's plenty of other options. You can follow all the prompts on your screen if you'd like to go to our shop, our website, or would like to donate to our PayPal channel. Another way to donate, if you feel like it, is by using a super sticker or super chat, or a super thanks if you're on our YouTube channel. I don't read with card reversals. I don't care for them. Probably because I've been reading so frequently with cards that can't be reversed, like regular playing card decks, so I just kind of stopped using them. I know it's not normal for a lot of people to see that, so they get a little freaked out sometimes when they see me flipping cards right side up, but I promise all is well. It's just as valid as reading with reversals. So you're in good hands. We'll get you a good reading. I'm just going to commit to that right now, as I always do. Let's shuffle you up another 2 or 3 times, and then I'm going to give this deck a nice clean cut, and we'll see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Cancers. Oops, let's take a look here at what's in the cards for the next 2 weeks for all you beautiful Cancers. We've got, what is this? 6. Oh, nice. 6 of Swords. We've got an 8 of coins, and we've got a King of Swords. Okay, I don't love the King of Swords, Cancer. You really, you've been doing so well at moving into that solar light kind of experience of finding that divine design, allowing yourself to be kind of illumined by a higher power. And if you don't already know how to do that, you can listen to one of my solar light meditations. It teaches you how to call upon that very specific energy that emanates from sphere number 6 on the Tree of Life to reorganize your life so that it starts to conform to the divine design. And a lot of you have had some success in turning around some conflicts and really getting things together. But and also it seems to have been helping your attitude in general, and is potentially creating a lot of prosperity for you. Right now, you're in that power phase where you have the choice. What attitude do I want to carry with me? And it seems like some of you are really getting tempted into having the attitude of, I don't care. I'm going to be cynical. I'm above it all. I'm above all of this. I'm smarter than the universe, kind of thing, because I would rather be right than anything else. I'd rather have my ego be in charge than have the spirit be in charge. And it's not something that most of us will consciously decide like that. Well, we're not going to say those words, because if we did, if the ego allowed itself to be that transparent, we'd say, no, I don't want to do that. So it's very sort of subtle sometimes. And the ego likes to, the ego pumps us up when it knows that it can pump us up in order to get us to fall. Once we've fallen, it says, why'd you do that? It makes us feel bad for falling. So it's never our friend. It's never our true ally. Sometimes the ego can be an ally temporarily. It can appear as an ally temporarily, which is oftentimes when it gets us into trouble, because it can't be more than an ally. It can't be a friend. It can't be our true nature. It can only be there to fulfill its programming. Think of it as a computer program or a habit of thinking or a thought system rather than an entity, which it is not. The ego thought system has been programmed to be self-destructive. So if it doesn't work this way, it'll try it this way. If it doesn't work this way, it'll try it that way. If it doesn't work this way, it'll try it that way. And when we get this idea that we're smarter than the ego is really very satisfied, because it thinks, well, good. Now I've got them. They can do that. I can fulfill my function and self-destruct. Yay! So recognize that. It's one of the reasons why I personally don't work with demons. Not because I say that it's wrong to, and I know a lot of people have a whole different idea of demonology than I do, so I'm totally supportive of everybody having their craft or their path the way they want it. But for me personally, the reason I don't work with demons is because I'm not smart enough. I know this. I know I'm not smart enough. I know I will be outsmarted by them at every turn, right? Because that's how the ego works. The ego is my own cleverness used against me, my own ingeniousness used against me, and it will outsmart me every single time. So you've got to be aware of that your only way through this, Cancer, is not by trying to be smarter than the ego. It's by choosing the truth. It's by actually choosing spirit over those ego impulses. Okay, let's look underneath the surface a little bit here and see if we have some other tidbits for you. All right, I'm going to do my very best for you today, Cancer. Let's see if I can't give you the best reading. Oh my. Okay, so that's the 9. Okay, that's the 9 of Wands. That's the Wheel of Fortune. So of course the ego gets activated. And this is you triumphing. This is you triumphing over the ego. When you triumph over the ego, it's not because you've fought it and you've won. It's because you have ignored it. You've turned away from it. The only defense that you have against the ego is the power of disregarding it. Completely disregarding it, just not being interested in what it has to offer you, right? What the universe has to offer you is an expansion of your good. What the spirit has to offer you is an expansion of your good, and that's what's happening right now. So if you can, Cancer, if you can keep that attitude really clear and very, very focused and very intentional. Be very intentional about your attitude. A lot of times people say, well, I had a good attitude, but then I didn't have a good attitude. It's like, well, you have to make yourself have the good attitude. And don't even think of it as a good attitude and a bad attitude. Think of it as a magical attitude or a destructive attitude, right? A constructive one or a destructive one. What do you want? Because that's expanding right now. What do you want? It's important to look at what the attitudes that you're carrying, and you have to make moment by moment decisions as to which ones you'll disregard and which ones you are going to encourage. And that solar light is going to give you plenty of options as far as attitudes to choose for. And the ego will constantly give you a plethora of attitudes to choose against. And that's your job, is to allow yourself to make choices based on which voice you're listening to. They're both going to try to speak to you, but the ego speaks to you loudly and and tries to get you all charged up, whereas the Spirit speaks to you gently and tries to get you at peace and into your prosperity and into the expansion of your good. Now, we have this idea that peace is not exciting, or that peace is not blissful, or that peace it does not have a lot of joy. It does. Peace is not just the ego would have you think that the peace is the absence of something. The peace is not the absence of anything, because there's no poverty in peace. Peace is what's left over after everything goes that is not according to infinite intelligence's will for you, right? Peace is what's always present. So peace is not just sort of like this boring state. It's actually this very rapturous state, this state of overjoyous state, this state of ecstasy in the presence of that solar light. That's where the sword of this Ace of Swords comes from. That is your victory. Your victory happens through joy. Your victory happens through peace. Your victory happens because of what you disregard, and then what you do regard. And so that's what today is all about, or this whole 2 weeks for you is all about. Cancer is choices that you're making, and they're attitudinal choices. And a lot of the ego's work on you is going to be, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is, that you get upset about this, or that you lust after that, or that you do whatever it's wanting you to do to distract you from the work at hand. Whereas the Spirit is constantly reminding you each and every moment, the attitude that you choose is your magic wand, is your magic power over any circumstance, no matter what it is. And that you're at a place in your life right now where whatever attitude you're choosing has a very vast impact on what's expanding in your life, because of this Wheel of Fortune card is the expansion of your good. And it would be a great meditation, if you have time to do a meditation this week, that Wheel of Fortune meditation. It's called Expanding Your Good, I think. I'm looking it up. Yes, it's called Expanding Your Good. You can find all those tarot meditations on my website, ariels-corner.com. Just click on the meditations link in the main menu. You can also find it by searching for them on my YouTube channel. So it's a really powerful week, because you're supposed to be expanding your good and having absolute victory. But that King of Swords is going to want to distract you and is going to want to thwart that, because that's what the ego does. When the ego's active, it's usually a good sign. Just remind yourself of that. Oh, the ego's active. I'm getting tempted to be upset. I'm getting tempted to be resentful. I'm getting tempted to lust after something that's not good for me. I'm getting tempted in this way or that way. Good. That's a good sign. It means that something great is happening, that it's trying to shut down. So yay me, right? So that solar light meditation and that Wheel of Fortune meditation are probably two really great companions for you this next couple weeks, because it looks like you're really ready, Cancer, to break through to a new level, a brand new level. And I don't know if it's so different for each of you, because this is not all that specific, but it does seem like there is a new level of success in worldly affairs. Because remember, your worldly affairs, if seen this way, and this is the way we recommend you to see them, can be the direct reflection of your own spiritual life, right? Or they can be the direct reflection of your own ego life. It's really up to you. And so I think you're going to make an amazing change in your life over these next couple of weeks, because this Ace of Swords is so powerful. It's such a triumphant card, and it's the result of you being very diligent and vigilant about your day-to-day, moment-by-moment decisions in regards to your attitude and the attitudes that you're wanting to carry with you. And that Wheel of Fortune energy is just expanding. It's working overtime to bring you more and more and more of whatever it is that you carry with you. So So it's a very powerful couple weeks. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Honey, Paw, and Diane, and we will see you in 2 weeks, Cancer. Much love and many blessings.